Wow, I just watched this year's best comedy movie. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Not sure why he's gotta put his goddamn name in there by making it Lee Cronin's The Mummy. In reality, it should have just been Evil Dead The Mummy plus some exorcisms. Cause why the hell not? Lee Cronin here passed up to do an Evil Dead film to do an Evil Dead film. He got the grandma deadite up in here asking if homie here wants to feast on her damn taco! When Katie, one of the only names I remember from this film, she is taken and mummified, only to find out 8 years later she's been found in a sarcophagus from a crashed plane. The family takes their kid back, unknowingly it's got a goddamn demon inside of her, and all they had to do was take a look at this damn kid and crank the oven to 1,000,000 degrees here and cremate that shit right away.
Ooh, dinner time.
Oh! Ain't nobody taking that kid home, nor is the police there gonna let some weird ass kid go home that was in some goddamn weird sarcophagus. The positives to this film is it's an absolute masterpiece. You just know it. If it has anything to do with Evil Dead, it's a masterpiece.
You ass, you!
The cinematography was actually top notch, and I gotta say, it wasn't the standard cookie cutter basic Hollywood shots here. Lee Cronin got that classic split diopter shots in here, basically keeping focus on two subjects. And it's always cool seeing those shots in here. It looks like he doubled down on it in this film compared to Evil Dead Rise. The gore was awesome in this film, and it's straight ass nasty at times. When Katie's mom is just clipping Katie's toenails here and the skin rips off, and I was like, damn, that's disgusting. There's a lot of nasty shit in this film, and the practical effects are really good. Because a lot of times you were just like, ugh, that's nasty. Also, this film was hilarious. Not sure if it was completely intended, but nobody was laughing in my theater again. Are people scared to laugh or what? And the same thing happened in Project Hail Mary. That movie was funny as
Amazing.
but nobody was laughing. I just don't get it. Like, are people just scared to laugh all of a sudden? I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. The one thing I really liked about this film is it had a very strong hook of this family who runs a nectarine farm who's keeping somebody in a sarcophagus, and shit goes to shit essentially. And horror movies do this way better than majority of films, and a hook is really necessary. The music in this film is pretty well generic overall. It's orchestra heavy, but there's no real theme or anything. It just does its job, but it's just forgettable. The deadite grandma was unhinged as fuck, and it reminded me of Evil Dead 2013.
Why don't you come down here so I can suck your cock, pretty boy?
The grandma got the worst part about this film. She just got absolutely wrecked in this film. It was pretty good, honestly. The negatives to this film, wow, the characters are just so goddamn stupid. The moment they saw Katie, that should have been like,
This is Sparta!
and I'd personally say, that's not my kid, and burn her at the damn stake! There ain't no way these crackers let this kid in their house. It's just so hard to buy this shit. And then Katie be running around the walls of this weird ass house eating scorpions, and then I thought, nope. I just boot her ass the fuck out! And the fact that they never questioned anything was just really dumb. Granted, the dad was questioning a lot, but let's be honest, Katie was just unhinged from the start. And the mom and dad was like, yeah, it's fine, guys. The mom is just peeling off Katie's skin here, and she's like, yeah, it's fine, guys. Nothing to see here or question anything. Even the mom, who was probably the dumbest character in here. She couldn't even think straight to the fact that her kid was in need of an exorcism really badly. And it didn't explain why the brothers from the nectarine farm were taking their sarcophagus on a damn plane and what exactly happened to make it crash. There was a lot of like, what exactly happened there? But I'm pretty sure they just said, fuck it. The biggest problem I have about this film is the characters don't question much at all. And that just really pissed me off. It's just so unrealistic, or should I say not natural for a film. You got people who are seemingly smart, but reduced to a bunch of clowns. They react so poorly, they basically get everybody almost killed based off their damn actions. It was clown central in this film. But they did have some like stupid lines here and there. And in a way, it kind of redeemed how retarded this movie was. The scene where Katie knocks the grandma out of the damn window, that was just plain silly. They had these CGI coyotes eat her essentially, and it was just kind of stupid. I don't know if it was like entirely needed or such, but the reactions to the grandma falling onto the car was just really funny. They're just like, they're just shocked. That's it. That's all that happened. Then you had the grandma's memorial at the house with the demon kid climbing the damn ceiling here, and then the other daughters putting on the grandma's dentures on. And that shit was just so stupid. I laughed at least, but my god, they didn't think to maybe, you know, cremate the kid yet? Maybe the lesson from this film is to cremate the bodies, cause you know, at least they ain't coming back. You can blow them like... Then you got the female Egyptian detective, which was really dumb. And ain't no way there's another female detective in a Hollywood film. They are overrepresented in films now. And it seems like women are all detectives and they're driving their husbands around in vehicles all the time. And that happened in this film as well. It's just why? Why are we doing this? It's just more propaganda crap. And they just love making men look like cocks, don't they? That's just the way I view it anyway. And honestly, I've never met many chicks besides butchy ass ones who like driving and who'd want to be a goddamn detective. And it's getting rather annoying that Hollywood likes to ram this shit down our goddamn throats. Not every detective needs to be a female. We get it. It's not even close to realistic, so they should probably stop trying to make this a thing. Once you see it, you see it, and that's it. The ending was pretty typical. It's kind of basic Exorcist kind of film. Katie is all good and her daddy becomes mummified, and then they take out their anger on that magician witch bitch, and she gets to slurp that demon all up.
Nasty bitch.
And it ends solid, but I will be honest, you're not gonna remember much of this film overall. Maybe I might watch this again, but it's just, it could have been so much better. And if they made the characters more likable and acted more realistic, this film could have been really solid and more enjoyable. But Lee Cronin here obviously likes writing dumbass characters. And this film overall is a 6 out of 10. It's satisfying to watch, but damn, the characters and story was just stupid as shit, I would say. I think Evil Dead Rise is a better film, and I had more fun with that despite this film still being hilarious. But Evil Dead will never not be funny. It's a decent film overall, but there's so many things that they could have done differently to make this honestly so much better. But this movie can probably go bye-bye, turn it off!